Have a great day. Here's another problem. M squared minus n squared equals 24. Mn equals 35. What is m plus n? So here's the solution. First is, let's write it down, the first equation. M squared minus n squared equals 24. And if you observe, this m squared minus n squared, this is another identity for difference of two squares. We can write it also into m plus n times m minus n equals 24. And the next is, we are going to square both sides. So let's look in bracket. M plus n times m minus n bracket squared equals 24 squared. Now there is a rule called power of a bracket, and that is mn whole squared is also equal to m squared n squared. So again, this is called a power of a product. Now for this, let's expand. Since this is in a form of a power of a product, we can expand this. So we can make it as m squared plus 2mn plus n squared. And then times m squared minus 2mn plus n squared equals 24 squared. Now for this is an expanded form of m plus n squared. And this is the expanded form of m minus n squared. Okay? And now for this mn, we have the value which is 35. And this 35, we can substitute it here. Okay? So that is m squared plus 2 times 35 plus n squared. And then m squared minus 2 times 35 plus n squared equals 24 squared. And then let's multiply. So that is m squared plus 2 times 35, that is 70, plus n squared, and here m squared, negative 2 times 35, that is negative 70 or minus 70, plus n squared equals 24 squared. And then let's just arrange this. So that is m squared plus n squared plus 70. So we can write like that. And also here, m squared plus n squared minus 70 equals 24 squared. Now for this, it looks like the identity a squared minus b squared equals 24 squared. So just follow this identity. So this is m squared plus n squared as our a, and that is squared. So we both squared n squared plus n squared because there are 2. We've got this, that is n squared plus n squared, and another one, n squared plus n squared. So it just put it into whole squared. And then minus our b squared, which is 70 squared equals 24 squared. So m squared plus n squared whole squared minus 7p squared equals 24 squared. And then we can take this 70 squared to the other side, and that is m squared plus n squared whole squared equals 24 squared minus equal p plus 7p squared. And that is n squared plus n squared whole squared equals 24 squared, that is 576, plus 70 squared, that is 4,900. And then m squared plus n squared whole squared equals 576 plus 4,900, that is equal to 5,476. And now this is not yet the final answer because there is a squared. So we can take it out by inserting a become both sides. So it will cancel or it will remove. And the remaining, that is m squared plus n squared equals square root of 5,476, that is positive, negative 74. So we have n squared plus n squared equals positive, negative 74. And again, this is not yet our final answer because the problem is we find the value for m plus n. Now for m squared plus n squared, we can write it as m plus n whole squared. This is just the same with m squared plus n squared. And this is also equal to m squared plus 2mn plus n squared. This is the expanded form of this. And we can arrange this. So that is m plus n squared equals, this will be the first one, 2mn plus m squared plus n squared. And then for mn, we have the value which is 35, student number. That is 35. Let's write it again here. Mn is equal to 35. And this 35 we can substitute here. So that is m plus n squared equals 2 times 35. And for m squared plus n squared, we have the value also, which is positive, negative 74. So let's substitute here. So positive, negative 74. And then that is m plus n squared equals 2 times 35, that is 70. Positive, negative 74. And now for this, we can have two solutions. The first is m plus n squared equals 7p plus 74. Now for this, we can have two solutions. So the first solution is m plus n squared equals 7p plus 74. And that is m plus n squared equals 7p plus 74, get this, 144. And then we are going to remove the square by just putting a radical both sides. So it will be cancelled. Now for this, that is m plus n equals square root of 144, that is positive, negative 12. So this is the answer for our first solution. Positive, negative 12. Another one is m plus 10 squared equals 70 minus 74. So that is m plus n squared minus, this is equal to 70 minus 74, that is negative 4. Then to remove the squared, I'm going to insert a radical both sides. So that is m plus n equals square root of negative 4, that is positive negative 2i. Since we have a negative, so the square root of negative is I. So these are the answers for our problem. So m cross n is equal to positive negative 12. The other one is positive negative 2i. So it can have 4 answers for this. Also good job, none of the job, it then be positive 2i for negative 2i. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and subscribe to Fun with Maths.